Hey, welcome back to
Wait,
Breaking
my
Mundane.
face wasn't right. I just kept on rolling my eyes.
All right. Welcome back to Breaking Mundane. I'm Jared,
I'm Andy.
and we're the Reveals. So this week's video, we are going to explain what Breaking Mundane means to us, why we started a YouTube channel, why we're doing anything, everything we can, and what we're doing for this purpose. We've been married for 4 years, been together 6 years, including the 4 years anyway. We have one kid, 16 months old, named Cedar. And we just want to make an impact on the world around us. And that's what we're trying to do. And we figured that social media is a great way to do that. So when we got together, neither one of us really were outdoorsy people before that. Actually, when we got engaged, we were like, we need to do something to be able to spend more time together. And then let's do it in the outdoors. So then came our first Jeep. That was our engagement gift to ourselves.
What was our Jeep's name?
So that was Jasmine, I believe.
Yeah, Jasmine the Jeep.
Yeah, so it's an older orange Jeep, which we got as an engagement gift to ourselves because that was a excuse for me to buy a Jeep.
That's 100%
That's
what
exactly
it was,
what it
because I
was.
knew nothing about Jeep
Yeah.
beforehand
And,
at all.
So we got that, and our whole purpose with that is to be able to spend time with each other and then do that in the outdoors. So we would pack lunch, we'd go out, hit trails, do whatever we could, or even just drive around, do whatever. It didn't have to be extremely off-road by any means, but we were just spending
not.
time together.
My anxiety does not let us
yeah.
do extreme off-road things.
That started us out as our outdoor side of things. Through that, we had it. We began to focus a little more on getting outdoors a little bit, just because we found it as a passion of ours. And then we began to enjoy an understanding of seeing the nature that was created for us, and that we're able to do it and able to enjoy it. And then we got our camper.
Yeah.
So we went tent camping, Cave Run Lake, and it was the middle of June. It was hot, and we stayed
With
for
three dogs,
With
mind
three
you.
dogs.
With three dogs.
We went and bought a brand new tent. It was a nice tent. It was about 10 feet by 10 feet, so it was nice. Bought a fan and all that stuff with us. It was great, air mattress, but it was still really hot. And neither one of us got any sleep. We didn't enjoy it. We enjoyed the views around us. We enjoyed being in nature.
Yeah, we enjoyed camping. It was just...
Right. We just knew it wasn't going to be something we would enjoy long term
Yeah.
and be able to do often enough to where we could justify it. And we went to the camper dealership and bought a camper that day. So we bought a small camper. It was just us and the three dogs. Like we said, we have 5 dogs. We take 3 of them with us on a regular basis when we go places.
Yeah.
So we got a camper. It was a small one. That was the whole point of it. It was light enough to where we could tow it with our newer Jeep, because we did get another Jeep. We were able to tow a small camper with it, so we got the small camper. That was, I believe, 2018, correct?
Sure.
I think it was 2018.
I don't know.
June of 2018. So we camped in it quite a bit that year. Spent a lot of time at Cave Run Lake, just because that campground there is gorgeous. It's very hard to beat.
Yeah, that's our top one.
Yeah, we got really spoiled because that was the first place we ever took our camper, and it was really, really nice. Really good private sites, things of that sort. So we were focusing on that. We would do that. We'd hit some trails while we were camping. It was really great because it set you in nature. But when you come back in the evenings, you have somewhere to relax, wind down. It's got air conditioning so you can sleep in it well. It's got a bathroom so everything's sterile and clean. You're able to make it your little home away from home. And we had scheduled a vacation for Colorado. We still had that precedence of we want to see nature. We don't want to do the typical beach vacations, just because sitting around on the beach really isn't our forte. We decided to go to Colorado. So the week before, we went out there and it worked out great. She was sick the entire time we were out there. We enjoyed our time.
Yeah.
We like to eat. We didn't get to eat near as much. I think our favorite meal out there is when we DoorDashed. Not a sponsor, but
yeah, DoorDashed Chinese.
A large amount of Chinese food and sat in the hotel on the hotel bed and ate it and watched TV.
Pretty much the only thing I kept down the entire trip.
Right. So that was kind of how it went. We took a lot of our pictures and our announcement photos were out there. We waited a few months when we came back, did that. But we still enjoyed some hiking. Got to see the
a lot of
national
hiking.
park.
The very first day we did like 10 miles.
Yeah, we did quite a bit. And then we did a lot of driving too, which you actually drove, which rarely ever happens when we're in a
Yeah, I don't like driving, but I had to, or I would get car sick.
Right. So we came back, and then we were sitting here. We were trying to figure out how we wanted to raise our son, how we wanted to focus our family around what. Obviously, our family is focused on Christ solely.
Yes.
But we're focusing on how we're going to raise our son and what kind of adult we want our son to be. So we decided that at that time we were going to focus very heavily on raising our child outside, letting him be able to learn hands-on with everything and go from there. I think learning hands-on was one of the best things. I'm a trades guy, so I think hands-on is very critical.
Yeah.
But I think that's just something for me, and I think that's great for kids as well. So our goal starting out was we're going to focus on getting him outside as much as we can, and that included us as well, focusing on spending our weekends together with him doing things. We're not big on investing in toys and things of that sort because they don't get played with. Our theory right now is what is breaking mundane and what does breaking mundane mean for us. So I'll let you give your opinion on what breaking mundane is. I'll give my opinion on what breaking mundane is, because obviously we're a family, we're an entity, but we're also our own entities ourselves. So we have differing opinions a little bit on a few things, but I'll let you give your idea of what breaking mundane is. So
Jared asked me this question earlier, like, what is breaking mundane to me? I think it's hard to form my words. Words are hard. I think my big thing with breaking mundane is, before we had Cedar, and even still now, if you follow me on social media, like, you know that I am very much against the just wait crowd. The just wait until you have a kid, just wait until he's this old, just wait until this happens kind of thing. It's like my life mission to pretty much bust apart every just wait. I think it was important to me, and I know it was important to us as a whole, that we didn't lose ourselves once we had a kid. We're still Jared and Mandy. Like, we're still our own persons. Yes, things change once you become a parent, for sure. And Cedar is very much a part of our family, and we take his feelings in consideration into every decision we make. But at the end of the day, like, we set the tone for our family. I think our big thing was not letting that change us. So I think with breaking mundane, I feel like as a society, people oftentimes, as soon as they become parents, they just get into this routine. It's go to work, come home, take care of the kids, go to sleep, start over. Or I'm a stay-at-home mom, so it's get out, take care of the kids, do all the things, and then go to bed, wake up, do the same thing. And we fall into that trap of the mundane, day in and day out. And I think, like, it's my goal to every day try to find an adventure in something. And that doesn't happen every day. I don't act like every day is like spectacular in the Reveal household and we wake up and we go on these crazy adventures every single day. We still very much live the American dream life, or we're very average. Jared works full-time, usually more than full-time. I'm a stay-at-home mom. We live in the middle of nowhere. I mean, I feel like we have a pretty ordinary life, but our goal is to make that ordinary life not become just mundane. I mean, we don't and haven't really done anything extravagant since having Cedar, but he's a super adventurous kid, and we've made that a priority in our life. I think one of the biggest things is just getting outdoors. I try to make it a goal every single day to get outside for some sort of time with Cedar. Our most recent hikes have just been within 45 minutes of our house.
Yeah, most.
So nothing fancy. But I think just breaking the stigma that to live an ordinary life, you have to live a boring life, I guess. Because we have no desire to live some crazy, lavish lifestyle at all. I find enjoyment in the ordinary. I enjoy being a mom. I enjoy staying home with my kid. And Jerry probably doesn't enjoy working full time really, but I think just finding joy in the mundane, but not letting it take your life, not letting it take control, and breaking the stigma of what is around mundane, I think is our big thing, or my big thing.
Yeah. And so for me, breaking mundane, I think mundane in my idea, in my mind, is that as a country, we have had the theory of you work to buy things, you work to get things. You don't work to pay your bills. You don't work to survive. You work just to have things.
Yeah.
And I think that's an issue. I think that's an issue in a lot of different aspects. I think having a mindset going forward as an adult is, what can we do, or what can I do to help encourage my son to be the best adult he can be? And that's the thing. If we're not focusing on raising a well-behaved 16-month-old son, I'm focused on raising a well-behaved 25-year-old man. And I think for me, that falls around how he was raised. For me, breaking mundane is getting away from that social stigma of what life has to be, of you work to get stuff, you work to get stuff, you work to get stuff, and then you end up piling all this stuff up and you don't get to use it because you work all the time.
Yeah.
And we've fallen into that.
For
Yeah,
sure.
I mean, I'm a workaholic. I've fallen into that. We got to work to get these things, but then you get these things and then you're working all the time. You don't get to enjoy them. And I think that's where we've changed that mindset as parents of focusing on raising our son the best way we can. Now, that's the best way we see it. That's not how everybody else sees it either.
Yeah,
And I think-
definitely isn't us trying to act like we're the world's
No,
best
by
parents
any
any means. We obviously have only been doing this for 16 months, so
Right.
we're not about to release
No.
our parenting book.
Yeah, not at all.
That'll be another year.
And
but
I'm not gonna say we don't use any screen time either.
Yeah.
And that's one of those things. There's a healthy balance.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to tech, you have to be really cautious with raising kids that don't have any tech around them, because when they're 16, 17, 18 years old, they see anything that has any kind of technology, they don't know how to handle it,
yeah.
and that becomes
We
an issue in
definitely
and
do
of
screen
itself.
time in the Reveal household. That's
Right.
not saying
That's
we
one of
don't.
those
Our
things.
son's favorite thing is to watch Blippi. So
Yeah, so not sponsored, but
but hey, Blippi.
yeah. So for us, for me anyway, breaking mundane is just getting away from that social stigma and creating the environment that we want our son to be raised in. And for us, that's outdoors. Whether that be on a kayak, whether that be on a camping trip, whether that be on a hiking trip, whether we just go to the park. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. We can go play in our backyard or our front yard. That's getting outside. And I think it's what we encourage people to. Whether you're of any age, obviously we're a young family with a young kid. So that's where our life falls, of understanding that when you have a young kid, you're not forced to be stuck inside four walls. But even when you're an adult, whether you have any kind of health issues, you're not able to go hike 5 miles, just get outside. Sit outside, listen to the birds chirp, watch everything go on. People watch. I mean, if you get outside, you can do anything.
Yeah.
And I think that's the best way to learn. That's the best way to interact with people. And that's for us. And I think us moving forward, our goal with Breaking Mundane is just to encourage you. We're going to video stuff that's probably somewhat mundane, but we can make it enjoyable as best as we can. And that's the thing. We try to break it up. People cut Christmas trees down all the time, but do they throw it on top of their Jeep? I don't think so. So if we're going to go groceries, if it's a nice day outside, we'll grab the Jeep, throw the doors off, make it an enjoyable drive over there. It's not just a mundane hassle. We're able to enjoy the time. Well, it's now 7:40 at night. We just got done with the majority of the editing of the video, trying to figure that out. And the ending of it was really awkward. So we laid the baby down, and now we're trying to figure out how to end it. We just want to come in and say that we hope that a reflection of our lives, what we film on this camera, will impact your life in a better way. Whether that means you decide to go hiking whenever you can, whether it means you just roll the windows down in your car when you drive somewhere. That's what our goal is to impact your life, to get outside in some aspect and see the world that God has created for us.
Yeah, I think our main goal, couldn't think of the word, our main goal on this channel is to be a blessing to you, to be a blessing to your family, to encourage your family, to help you help your family bond, and obviously all this to the glory of God.
Absolutely. Well, earlier I said slogo. So our slogan, or what our channel is live simple, live more. Yeah. So as we end this video, we want you to go forward with this week and the rest of your lives and live simple,
but live more.
That was super cheesy. Good Lord, that was very...
You said it!
Wow!
One, you didn't warn me I was supposed to be
I know, that was the point.
Sandwiches.
As you guys go on with your week, go on with the rest of your day, even, and then go on with the rest of your life. I just want to leave you with this. Live simple, live more. Is it cheesy enough for you?
You keep going on. You guys go on with your day, your life.
So as you guys go on with your day, don't forget, stay wild. All right, as you guys go on with your day, the rest of your week, don't forget to live simple.
But live more.
Have a good rest of your day.
See you next week.
All right.